Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi the Light Seer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your girl. I am Mimi Lightseer. And over here, Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, y'all see I'm here. So we about to get into somebody's business, baby. Listen, everybody, listen. This is an interactive experience. Your fuel fills the room, okay? Drop those emojis, answer those reflection questions, and don't be shy in the comments. Your participation is greatly appreciated, y'all. Grab your notebook, your pens, even your notes app. You may want to take some notes and write down whatever it is the spirit is revealing to you today. But before we dive in, just a few quick announcements. Number one, new merch is live. Okay, so claim your Pisces Tarot vibe today in the links that are below. Okay. Number two, one-on-one readings are back. Availability is limited. Okay. So make sure that you go ahead and you book your appointments. Okay. Make sure that you do that only at the official methods of PiscesTarot.com. And number three, make sure that you subscribe to my channel on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button and that notification bell so that you will never miss a download, a live, or a tea party with spirit, because sometimes it just come out randomly. All right. Now, let's set the vibes for today. Who is ready? Okay. I know it is early. For some of y'all, it's early. Some of y'all, it's middle of the night, whatever, whatever, whatever. My guppies, y'all know the vibes, right? So if you're ready to get into this, go ahead and put a star in the chat. And listen, we're going to hit and jump right on in. So good morning to all of my guppies floating in the light. Big old warm filled love to all of our global cousins tuning in from every corner. Blessings on top of blessings. If you are new to Pisces Tarot, go ahead and put a star in the chat. If you are a returning friend, go ahead and put a fish into the chat. We want to have everybody to claim their spot in our soul circle today. And as y'all know, this is always a big old warm filled family gathering session. Okay. So welcome, 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 and welcome everybody. All right, y'all. I'm ready to get into it. So grab your pens, your papers, your pens, your notebook emojis, and tools and utensils and everything else, because it's time for us to get ready to get into it. Here we go. Now, let me say this before we pull any cards, okay? Spirit has wanted me to insert this reminder throughout the readings, and this is very important. Now, my guppies, people who've been rocking me from day one, y'all know, before I even touch a card, I tell you what is to come. Okay. So, Spirit wanted me to give you this reminder, right? Not every word that is spoken into your life is rooted in divine spirit. People can give you advice, they can share a vision, they can deliver a message, but not all of these things come from a source that is pure and from the divine light. Okay. Some words are meant to guide you higher, but others are intentionally there to put you in spiritual bondage and to blind you, bind you, and confuse you. Okay. And so, what we want to do is get you unstuck from any cycles that spirit never intended for you to be in. Okay. So, that's my approach and how I deliver my readings and how I come with authenticity, is because my goal is to provide you with that true net clarity. Right. And this is why discernment is so important and it's so powerful. You have to use your spiritual filters. Okay. It helps you to separate, divine wisdom from, hey, Athena, it helps you to separate from divine wisdom and from any distractions, but to also give you truth. that is free from manipulation and captivity, okay? Just know that divine spirit would never send you a message that is going to chain you in fear, make you feel guilty, make you feel like you're in spiritual bondage. None of those different things, right? The voice of spirit always brings, first of all, peace, clarity, and gives you direction. Okay. So you have to trust your inner knowing, period. Okay. If something doesn't fit well or sit right with you, honor that. Okay. Discernment is not about doubting everything. Now, let's be clear, it ain't about being skeptical, right? Discernment, though, however, is about protecting your soul from what is not aligned with your divine spirit. Okay. So, whenever you hear anybody giving you any type of advice, especially in these spiritual spaces, I want you just to ask yourself for sure, does this bring peace or confusion? Does it feed my spirit or does it feed my ego? Okay. Just those two things. That's it. Also, I just want you to think about it from the space of, does it give me freedom or does it keeps me stuck or in bondage? Okay. Now, if you feel like you're being expansive right now, I want you to put the plant emoji in the chat. And if you feel like you've been going through things that have you just bound and weighted down, I want you to put the paperclip emoji in the chat. All right. Let's talk about that. Okay. I want your affirmation for today to be, I trust divine spirit within me. I choose clarity. I protect my peace and I honor my knowing. Okay. Those are the things that I want you to think about today. I trust the divine spirit within me. I choose clarity. I protect my peace and I honor my knowing. If that resonated with you, go ahead and drop the doves in the chat, the doves in the chat, the doves in the chat, because I'm ready to go ahead and move forward with this show. Here we go. Now let's align before we go any deeper. Okay. Grounding keeps us present and protected. Cleansing also clears away the energy that is not ours. Okay. So this is so important, especially if you've been up working all night, right? Or whatever reasons got you up. So we need spirit to come through crystal clear. Okay. And you have to think of it like tuning your radio to a special station, right? You want to make sure that it's clear. So if it's too much static coming in, you can't hear the song, you can't hear what's being said, and that's important as well, right? So we need to remove the static right now from being able to go through, all right? So we do this by taking 3 deep breaths together. You're going to hold it, inhale it for 3, you're going to hold it for 3, okay? And then you're going to release it for 3, right? But as you inhale, think about these prompts. So the first one is going to be you're going to inhale light and clarity. We're going to exhale doubt and confusion. Okay? Here we go. Inhale joy and freedom, exhale sadness and distractions. Lastly, inhale truth and wisdom and exhale any deception and fear. Yes, y'all. Divine White Light, you are welcome here. Give us your clarity, your love, your guidance, your protection, most of all, the revelation to keep us aligned with where we need to be. Spirit, you know everybody who is here past, going to be here currently, people who are going to be here in the future, watching this playback. We thank you for delivering something that only resonates with them that comes from you. Amen. I say, so be it. And so it is, everybody. All right. Listen, if you feel lighter already, I want you to hit that exhale emoji in the chat. Put the exhale emoji in the chat because I tell you, every time I do this, my feet always starts to tingle. So if you've done it the right way, you should be feeling something right now. Let me know in the chat how you feeling. All right, guys, this is a sacred space, but it also gets spicy too. So, if spirit comes for your edges, just know that you're not alone. All right. If you're ready to see what spirit is cooking up for you, I want you to go ahead and put the side eyes in the chat. Put the side eyes in the chat. Thank you, Apple, for my gift. Thank you, Mr. Let Me Get It, for my gift as well. Listen, y'all, if y'all ready to get into this, I want to see those because I feel like the side eyes is coming. All right. Here we go, y'all. All right, y'all. Now, each session, before I do any of these readings, y'all know I always tap in with spirit. And sometimes it's a dream, sometimes it's a vision, sometimes it's a song I can't get out my head. And today, this is what spirit gave me as a download. A couple things came through. Number one was talking about the importance of being obedient. Okay. The importance of being obedient. Okay. Spirit was showing to me the importance of timing and understanding that when you are being obedient. So this was like a cluster of things that came through. Okay. It was a cluster of things that came through. Number one, the first thing that came through was the importance and urgency of being obedient. Okay. And when we thank you, Ms. Low Baby, for my gift. When we talk about obedience, we're talking about when your spirit is nudging you to say or do something, more likely do than say. Okay. This is the doing, this is the action, this is the verb, right? And that's where many of us get caught up because we're having a knowing that we're physically supposed to do something. And instead of us doing said activity, we procrastinate and we refuse because of the fear that is there. It puts this intrepidation in your spirit to where you don't do what you're supposed to do. And what Spirit said was sometimes when it feels like you're going through those seasons of rejection, that's really a form of that hedge of protection over your life. And I know people hear that all the time. Rejection is redirection, rejection is protection, and all this other stuff. And all those things are very true. However, however, okay, when you're talking about that rejection, sometimes spirit has already prompted you to shed those people, places, and activities so that you can be better aligned and move towards the things that divine spirit has for you. We all acknowledge there's a divine plan and there's our individual personal plans. And in this world, okay, we are spiritual beings. We have physical bodies. We're in a physical world. There is a spiritual agenda for your life. And then there's your karmic, your soul's, agenda, right? And that's where you also have free will. Okay, so let's be very distinctive about those two things. What spirit was saying is when you have that urgency, that guidance that is telling you to say or do, but I'm putting the emphasis on do, and you refuse to take action. Some of this rejection that you're feeling is self induced because you're not being obedient. That's first and foremost. The second thing is sometimes you also may be going through seasons in your life where it feels like that rejection because it feels like you haven't been obedient, but really you have been obedient. And spirit has you there because that moment, season of uncomfortable and suffering is not there as a punishment, but it's there as preparation for the next stage to get you to that higher space that you're seeking to get to. Okay. So the question then becomes what season are you in? Are you in a season? I just thought about the word purgatory, right? And that never has positive connotation with it ever, right? But for some of you, it may feel like you're going through a season of purgatory, like you've been discarded, like you've just been sent off to suffer, right? And that's not always the case. And when I was noodling on this, because I said this is very complex, this is very nuanced. As I was noodling on this, Spirit dropped into my spirit a song called 444 by Garuthi Karshanin. I hope I said it correctly. The young lady is of Indian descent and I love her. But her song is called 444. And the verse that caught my attention was, I take the time to take a breath in the moment. Spirit is guiding me. I close my eyes to visualize, attract my life, control my mind, be consciously. My soul is guiding me, aligning me, providing me divine energy. The universe is on my side. I'm manifesting what is always meant to be. I listen to my inner guidance, always so clear. This is the path I choose. I put my fears aside, relax, and let my spirit lead me to my own truth. I let the universe just take the lead. I'm so relieved and so assured. There's no one else in this world that can be you, so you do you the best you can until you leave, okay? And the reason why I bring that up is because that song talks so much about alignment and being clear about what your assignment is and not being moved or disturbed by the season that you're in. You cannot be either motivated or demotivated by what is going on around you. And I know that that is so hard to say and to process and even to receive, right? Because what happens is you see what's going on around you, and that either affirms your positioning or it makes you go back to the drawing board, right? And what Spirit was saying is when you're manifesting things into your life, and now let's be clear, let's be very clear. Manifestation can go two ways. A manifestation can be positive or negative. It's all about what it is that you're calling into existence for your life. And that's based on the words, the actions, and the deeds that you do, right? That's how you manifest things in essence. But Spirit is saying when you're manifesting things into your life, it's not going to always be a smooth sailing. And that is a delusion that humans live under, is that when you're manifesting, things are always going to be smooth. There's not going to be problems. There's not going to be drama. It's not going to be any stress. It's just going to be easy. And that is true for some things, but it's not true for all. Okay. Sometimes you're going through things in your life and it feels like you're going through a season of purgatory. But if you know that you're being obedient to what Spirit has called you to do, it don't have to make sense because the math is going to math in real time, right? And I can give you ample examples of how this is happening to so many people over time where they have felt like they have were in these seasons of dryness, only for those dry seasons to give birth to the most fruitful seasons of their lives and elevate them and take them places that they never would have been had they not been obedient, had they not gone through the things that they went through. Okay. So I say all that to say, when you're manifesting the next steps of your life, be obedient to you, not your ego, not to your soul self, but what is your spiritual self saying? Has Spirit been telling you to leave somebody alone, move around, go do this, go do that, and you just been holding on for dear life because you afraid to let go? You afraid to be alone? You afraid to move to that new city? You afraid to take that new job? You afraid to take that, like, what is it? Okay, whatever it is, only you know what that is. But what I'm encouraging you today to do is be obedient to where Spirit is calling you. Don't get discouraged when you go through those seasons of dryness and what feels like rejection and purgatory places. Okay. Do not get discouraged. See, look, y'all, we got confirmation. um, don't get discouraged when you're going through those things. And last but not least, y'all, last but not least, understanding that manifestation requires patience. Okay. Now, I know that was a lot. So I hope you wrote it down. I hope you captured that. And I hope that that makes you feel a little bit of relief. Okay. Because we about to investigate what all of that's about. If that hit for you, I want you to drop in the chat an emoji that emulates how you feel. Okay. I want you to drop a chat down, emoji down in the chat. Let me know how that made you feel. All right. Now, I'm ready to jump into this overall energy reading and understand what does this got to do with the people that's going on in your life. All right. So if y'all ready to get into it, I want you to drop those emojis and let me know how that made you feel. And let's go. All right, y'all. So it's time for us to check the undercurrent and see what the vibe is. All right. So your spirit is guiding you places, and things may not make a whole lot of sense. And I think that's what the understatement of the year is. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Miss Low Baby, for my gift. That's the understatement for this year. This year has been very confusing. You know what? If I'm being honest, this year has moved by so quick but so slow. It feels like dog years this year. When you really only think about it, we're only 8 months into this year, but so much has happened in the last 8 months that it feels like 2 years have gone by. I don't know if you feel that way, but I definitely feel that way. So the point is that it's a lot going on, and you really have to start creating space to honor discernment for yourself, honor silence, honor all those different things. Sweetheart says, "Oh my God, I agree." Yeah, it's been a lot. Okay. The energy has been wonky, it's been crazy, it's been heavy. And that's not by design. Okay. Excuse me, that is by design. I didn't mean to say not. That is by design. All right. So, Spirit, what is the overall energy reading for today? Close encounters. Close encounters. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I've been outside riding my bike a lot, and I'm seeing all the beautiful butterflies. And one particularly came to my house, and it was a black butterfly. And I know that we talk about black butterflies. I have never seen a black butterfly in my life, but went out until that day. But this black butterfly was so beautiful, and it had like turquoise on it. Oh my gosh. When I tell y'all, it was such a beautiful butterfly. So, this is about transformation, okay? Transformation. Now, if you were paying attention at all to what I was saying, um, Tammy, it kind of did follow me home because I was coming towards my door and it like flew around me. And I mean, it definitely made sure I caught its attention, okay? Yesterday as I was coming home, I saw a big yellow butterfly. Like when I tell you, like, I love this time of year because I always see all the butterflies. And I mean, I've been seeing huge butterflies, okay? But if you've been paying attention to what we talked about in the beginning of the spiritual session, right? Where I gave you the download, and I was talking about the manifestation in this transformation, okay? If you look carefully at this card, there is a smaller butterfly here, and there's a larger butterfly that's inside the cage, okay? The current version of you is freeing the next version of you. Okay. You are so close to breaking through what it is that spirit has for you. I don't think that you realize it. And I think that you don't realize it in part because right now you're getting discouraged by what it looks like. Remember when I told you guys, I told you to get your paper, your pens, and your notebooks. I told you we was going to be going somewhere. When I said it feels like purgatory, remember I said it feels like a season where you've been rejected and you feel so demotivated by what's going on that you are not trying to continue to move forward because it's got you discouraged. Your current version of you needs to pull through, meaning put aside your ego. Okay, your feelings is hurt. Everybody's feelings is hurt. Not saying that it's okay, okay? But my point is feelings are feelings and emotions are just that, right? Your feelings are valid and your emotions are too. However, if you sit here and become stagnant by choice because you got discouraged and gave up, you will never evolve to the next version of yourself. And spirit is telling you, you are so close. You are so close to your breakthrough. You are so close to the next step. Don't give up and don't cave in now. That's the message. Don't give up and don't cave in now. Okay? Correct. You're going to miss out on your blessings. That's right. That's right. All right. So, what is the truth that you need to hear this morning for your journey? What is the truth that you need to hear right now for your journey? If you read the Let Them theory, and I've been promoting this book without payment, but if you read the Let Them theory, she talks about how emotions are based on 6 seconds and how we allow 6 seconds of a feeling to cause a physiological response, and how we continue to go on and on and on and on and on about something that only took 6 seconds. Okay. Don't let 6 seconds cause you the rest of your life. All right. Now, what is the truth that you need to hear right now for your journey? Okay. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay. This is about forgiveness. Okay. Some of you may have had your feelings hurt. Again, you operating in unforgiveness, expecting blessings to come. Newsflash, unforgiveness is such a cancer. You will block your blessings. You can forgive somebody and not fool with them. You can forgive somebody and love them from afar. You can forgive somebody and not tolerate their rubbish. But don't sit around here and hold on to it and don't let it go. Now, Tammy, you asked a very good question in the chat. She said, why is it easier to forgive others and not ourselves? That's because that's interesting. That's what my tattoo is on my arm. It says forgiveness. But the thing is, we hold ourselves accountable for knowing something that we didn't know, and we hold ourselves accountable for the things that we knew and didn't want to believe. So that's where that self accountability comes in at. But if you truly didn't know, you truly didn't know, you have to allow that to be a satisfactory excuse per se for why you did what you did. But if you knew, which goes back to the part that we were talking about obedience, if you knew and you still failed to take action, then you have to be held accountable. And sometimes the worst person to hold you accountable is you. Now, guides of the hidden realms, what messages do you have for us today? Frozen for time, non action, slow down, not yet. Doesn't this go back to what I was talking about in the spiritual download today? It feels like you're in a moment of purgatory. It feels like you've been going through a season of nothing but constant rejection. This is about non activity. Slow down. It is not time yet. You're manifesting something and you're so close. But don't get discouraged because it don't feel good. Don't get discouraged because it ain't what you thought it would look like, or it don't feel like how you thought. All those things. All of those things. Don't let that be the it. How is this showing up in her life, spirit? The grind. You've been working towards this for quite some time. The grind. Interesting that of all things, we have a baker, right? You've been working on this for a while. Baking takes patience. Baking takes precision. Okay. Baking takes a skill. All right. Ain't nothing about cooking, especially baking, a fast microwavable thing. You can never put a cake in the microwave. Well, I know they do have microwavable cakes. They ain't always good. But if you really want the real deal, you baking, it's gonna take some time. All right. Spirit, what is a sign that they could see that lets them know that this message is for them? What is a sign that they may be seeing to let them know this message is for them? Rainbows. You may be seeing a whole lot of rainbows right now. This is about hope. Okay. If you're seeing a lot of rainbows right now, this is about hope. And last but not least, our soul whisper for today before we look at the energy of the people that is around you. This is if you're seeing a lot of sun, this is about joy. Okay. This is about joy. Joy. Let's see. This is my favorite book to read from because this always earmarks what we've talked about so far. All right, joy. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They didn't, they told me I didn't understand the assignment. I told them they didn't understand life. That's a quote from John Lennon, excuse me. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I did not understand the assignment. I told them they didn't understand life. Happiness can mean various things to different people. Some feel that they will experience happiness when they own the house of their dreams. Others feel like they will be happy when they find the perfect job. It will be easy to lose sight of the fact that happiness is something that comes from the inside. Okay. Now let's put a pause there real quick because is that not what I told you? Don't get discouraged by what you see on the external, right? Remember I said don't get discouraged. Be motivated, right? Don't be moved by what you see, but be moved by what you know that's coming from the inside, your inner man, what your highest spirit is urging for you to do. All right? It's easy to lose sight of the fact that happiness is something that comes from the inside. Possessions or jobs can make you feel a certain degree, to a certain degree. But more often than not, if you're unhappy with yourself and who you are, no amount of belonging or possessions will bring you to true happiness. Take a little time to find joy in the small pleasures of life. Thinking about the little things truly make you feel happy. The colors of a garden in full bloom, the loyalty of a pet, the morning sun upon your face. These are things that cannot be bought, earned, or given. Each one is a gift from the universe. Remind yourself that no particular thing will bring you long term joy. Just like a sugar rush, the excitement will come and go swiftly. I want to repeat something here. No particular thing will bring you long term joy. Just like a sugar rush, the excitement will come and go swiftly. Happiness is an inside job, no ifs, ands, or buts. So this is about your happiness, you shining, radiating, and being full of bliss. This is about overcoming sorrow, grief, mourning, sadness. And let's also talk about that hurt that we've been talking about, right? The sacred words for today is I indulge in things that ignite my soul. This is about the solar plexus chakra. Okay. And the reason why this artist chose the sun is because the sun shines in the sky every day. Sometimes it may be more difficult for you to see, but it is always present. Remember to experience joy, whether the sun shines down upon you or even the clouds cover the warm rays. Okay. Again, not being moved by what you see. It feels a way. Just because it feels a way doesn't mean that that's the way that it really truly is. Feelings can be deceiving at times, folks. All right. So now, as we start to shift to the potential energies of the people that are involved, remember, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Also, when I say he, she, they, them, I'm just referring to the energy that I'm picking up on. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm talking about physical, um, biological sexes. Okay. And then also, energy can be inverted. Okay. So I'm just telling the story from a particular narrative, but you can be person B. You don't have to always be person A. Okay. All right. So, what is going on with this spirit? If y'all ready to see when messages come out, I want you to go ahead and put the coffee cup in the chat. Go ahead and put the coffee cup in the chat. Distance. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. Okay. So there is some distance that is playing a role in this connection. Okay. With the person, your person. It feels very strained. Okay. Very, very strained. What is the tea here, spirit? It feels like that purgatory that I was talking about. Very much so. A lot of hurt here that's causing for forgiveness. Mm. A spirit said just because somebody loves you and you love them does not mean that they're going to get it right 100% of the time. Did y'all hear what he said? Just because somebody loves you and you loves them don't mean they're free of error. Okay, into you. Good chemistry, great vibes, positive energy. Okay. So this person is very much so into you. I'm sorry, y'all. These lights kind of like blare out the cards, but into you. Okay. This person is very much so into you. You have good chemistry, great vibes, positive energy. All right. Into you. New boo, new love, learning each other, flirtations. Okay. So this is definitely a new love. We finally got a love story, ladies and gentlemen. We cooking with some doggone uh grease today, okay? New boo, new love, learning each other. All right? Flirtations, okay? Listen, just because it feels like things are not going your way doesn't mean. Didn't I tell y'all manifesting something? We got a new boo. We got love going on here, y'all. My dog must have let a mosquito or something in the house last night because, boy, when I tell you, buzzing around my ear. All right. So when we look, uh Ooh. If spirit didn't just say somebody about to meet somebody new, that's why y'all physically or mentally distant. Huh. For some, not all. When we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? Spotlight, limelight, audience, self absorbed. So this person may be very much so high profile. Okay. Either you or them may be high profile, may be someone that is well known. Okay. Also can come across as being a little bit absorbed. Be careful if that's you, because you never want to turn somebody off with that selfish like energy. All right. What lies beneath all of this? Copycat. Okay. Someone is under the impression that they need to be somebody that they're not. Okay. Copycat. Don't, and you know what? That was something else Spirit told me this morning. Thank you, Spirit. Stop comparing yourself to other people, because comparison is the thief of all joy. Okay. When you look at somebody else and you think that their life is so much better than yours, trust me, you have no idea what these people are going through. Okay. It looks good, but you have no idea what people are going through to get what they get, to have what they have, and what they got to do to maintain it. What is the true emotion here, Spirit? Ooh, car is slipping. Wish. Okay. Remember, I told you you're manifesting something? Okay. Somebody here has been wishing, making wishes, trying to get things to come into fruition. Let this be your confirmation that your prayers have been heard. You may also be having a lot of noise going around in your ears, people in your ears, because I keep telling you, every time I turn my head, I keep hearing this insect that y'all can't see, and it's making me look crazy because I keep doing like this because it keeps coming around my ear. So you may have a lot of people in your ear, or you may be having a lot of noise trying to cloud your judgment. This is why it's imperative that you follow your own instincts and follow your own voice. What is the yin and the yang, Spirit? Guarded, vulnerable, holding patterns, security acts, all cost, blocked heart chakra. Okay. This is about you walking around here in unforgiveness. Don't mess around. Okay. Whether this be you or them, don't mess around and lose the opportunity to have the love of your life because you're too closed off and guarded and don't want to be vulnerable. This is you protecting your inner child. What is the true crime here, Spirit? I'm about to turn this fan on and see if that helps, but then I'm going to be cold. And it's over here biting my neck, y'all. Oh, Lord. Alive. Alive. You may have been feeling like your heart has been on CPR, your feelings, your life. Remember, I said purgatory. The word purgatory. You may have been feeling like you're going through purgatory. Let's look up that word so we can be clear about what that means. What does purgatory mean? In the Roman Catholic Church, that consisted of a place or a state of suffering inhabited by the souls of sinners who were expiating, I'm guessing, their sins before going to heaven. It's also an adjective, which is the quality of cleansing or purifying. I like that second definition, cleansing or purifying. It feels like you have been going through purgatory where you're cleansing. Remember, I said that. If you heard me say that earlier, I want you to put your hand up in the chat. Just raise your hand in the chat. Mm, wow. As I'm shuffling at the bottom of the deck, we have communication. Effective communication is the bridge to understanding and connection. Wow. That's what it looks like, communication. And there is like a line going through and all of that. Wisdom. Okay. And that was something else that came to me too this morning in my download was that you have to go through these things in life to be able to get the wisdom that you need, right? These all come, which is why obedience is important. Okay. Wisdom. Wisdom comes from experience and reflection. Okay. So while you've been going through this, and here we are with the butterflies again. Y'all see that? Put a butterfly in the chat if you believe that you're going through a transformation. Abundance. You are being asked to open to abundance, to believe what you're deserving of, that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. My God. This is the first important step towards receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it is on the way. Listen, see, y'all be thinking that I'm over here just rambling, right? Y'all be over here thinking that I'm just rambling. But did I not talk about the importance of this early on when we were talking about the divine download for today?
Oh my God.
Not being moved by what you see. Continue to persevere and move forward. You're manifesting something. You're so close to breaking through. And if you give up, cave in, and shut down now, what does that mean for the future version of you? It feels like you're frozen in a moment of time, but this time is very fruitful. All right, Spirit. Is there love here? Yes or no? Is there love here? Yes or no? Secrets. There are so many feelings I want to share with you, but I'm shy about opening up. This person has deep romantic feelings for you, y'all. Deep romantic feelings with this rose, okay? They're not telling you everything. And it could be that they're not telling you everything because they're choosing to be guarded to protect their inner child. Okay. They're afraid. They're afraid that if they open up to you, you may be unresponsive or they're afraid that you may leave. Okay. Some people really are truly afraid that if you got to know the real version of them, that you wouldn't like it. And guess what? That's your choice to make. But when you over here leading with fake, phony, and fraudulent behaviors, I'm in love with a phony. I'm in love with a phony. I ain't in love with a real person. So what am I supposed to do with that?
Period.
All right. Now, what is blocking this relationship from moving forward? Need rescuing. You are waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. Okay, going back to that alive. Oh, child, let's get into this. I'm excited because we got a love story going on this morning. Ooh, child. Yes, I am so excited about it, y'all, because we about to get into somebody's business, and for once, it ain't all negative. All right, y'all, drop them zodiac signs in the chat because I want to know whose business we finna get into. Person A, you do not know this person yet. Let's be clear. You do not know this person yet. Well, let me rephrase. Now, let me say you don't know. For some of you, the majority of you, you don't know this person as of yet. For others of you, okay, you know this person, but there is an emotional distance between you two. So what I mean by that is you may have met them briefly, things kicked off, things were going well, and then there was a sudden breakage that occurred. And during that breakage, I mean, it wasn't nothing personal. You know how you just meet people and y'all get to know people and things just come to a halt? And there's no explanation or logic for why it happened the way that it happened. It just happened. That's what happened here. Okay. That's what happened here. So person A is dealing with the distance, right? This is a new boo. Okay. So it's a new boo, a new love, learning each other, all of those good things. I definitely feel like when the communication is going, okay, you're very much so into this person. There's good chemistry, it's good vibes, it's a good time, it's a very positive feeling. Okay. I also feel like with this dynamic, okay, um, this has been something that you have manifested. Okay. So this has been something long overdue, is what I just heard spirit say. Okay. Long overdue. But it also feels like this was your reminder that you're alive. This was your reminder that you are seen, that you are valuable, that you are loved, that you are admired, that you have what it takes. And I'm saying that very matter of factly because in this world, it is so easy to get lost in the sauce and feel ignored and feel taken for granted and not be seen, valued, and appreciated. It's very like you could be seen with the physical body, but do you see me? Do I see you? Do I recognize you? Or we just over here looking at each other?
See you. I see you. We good. Okay. We good. I see. We see each other. We see each other. We good.
It's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real thing. All right. Now, person B may be someone, again, who is very well known, may be in a spotlight, may even be an artist of some sort, but they have a large following, could be perceived as being self absorbed. Okay. Just very particular about their craft. All right. This person is coming across as being very guarded, very vulnerable. Afraid of being vulnerable. Okay. They hold back. This is a security act. It almost feels like they have a blocked heart chakra, but I think this is a learning mechanism for them of how to deal with the people that come around them. Because when you're used to dealing with people at that level, and let's be clear, it doesn't have to be an artist level. It can be a corporate America person, a person with a job. Like when you have a lot of things that you can do for people, people try to use you, right? And it feels like they have learned how to guard and protect themselves from that because they're tired of getting burned.
Try.
Okay, they're tired of getting burned, which goes into this wisdom piece, right? Wisdom comes from experience and reflection. So they're very selective about who they're giving their time and their attention to. They feel you. There's a vibe here. It's undeniable. We already talked about that vibe. There's so many things that they want to tell you. They just can't. They keep it all a secret. Okay. And a part of them does need rescuing. All right. A part of them does need rescuing. But this is your reminder that love is all around you. Okay. It's up to you to decide that you are deserving of it and that it will flow to you. You don't have to force it. If it's for you and it is meant to be, it will come your way. Okay. You don't have to beg. You don't have to plead. You don't have to barter. You don't have to do anything to get anything to work for you. When it is for you and it is your time and it is your season and you got the winning light, you got the green light, your blessings are going to flow to you, period. And there ain't nothing you can do to stop it. Okay? It's all about alignment and timing, which goes back to what we were talking about before, being obedient. Sometimes suffering through those seasons that feel dry. And you just be like, "Ugh." You know, those happen for a reason. Now, we also have the copycat card here. And where I feel like this is applicable to person B is that they feel like they have to be something that is not indigenous to who they are. It's not authentic. Okay. And so this is about you guys coming together and honoring this communication, having effective communication to build understanding. That is going to be imperative for this relationship to grow and to thrive. Now, only one person dropped their zodiac sign in the chat. So if we start talking about them Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and you a Cancer, and you talk about, that's because you didn't put your energy out there. Okay. So I'm going to ask y'all again, go ahead and drop them zodiac signs in the chat, because now it's time for us to evaluate whose business are we about to get into. Now I'm going to tell you something. We listen, we don't judge. We about to zoom in though. Okay. We about to get all up in your business and we going to come right on back out and go on about our day. All right. Here we go, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, y'all. Spirit, whose business are we about to get into today? Y'all, this is exciting. Okay. Whose business are we truly about to get into today? Who is person A in all of this, Spirit? Person A is a Taurus Virgo Capricorn. Taurus Virgo Capricorn. If you or your person is an earth sign, I want you to drop the globes in the chat. Okay. Globes in the chat. This is about wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. Okay. This is about long-term success. All right. Long-term success. Didn't I tell you that your current version of you is your future version of you is dependent on the future version of you? You got to go through this, y'all. You got to go through this. Okay. So if you or your person is an earth sign, go ahead and drop them earth globes in the chat, globes in the chat, globes in the chat. Now, person B, who is the mysterious person that we're talking about? Look at your heart beating all heavy. Person B. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. You are coming in as the Four of Swords in reverse. If you or your person is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I want you to go ahead and drop those clouds in the chat to represent air. Okay. You are coming in as exhaustion, burnt out, deep contemplation, stagnation, recklessness, and stress. Okay. Which goes back to that ego I was talking about, feeling like they got to be somebody that they're not, because that is what is expected of them. All right, y'all. If y'all ready to get into this reading, I want you to go ahead and put those magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses, magnifying glasses. Because baby, it's time for us to get all in the business. All right. And just because I didn't call your element group don't mean you got to leave. No. You a cross watcher. Stay here and listen to this business, because I promise you, one day somebody gonna be over here listening to your business and be like, ooh, stop. Okay. So all right, here we go. Now, this is where we confirm what Spirit said earlier, okay? And we've already covered the foundational energy, which means the undercurrent. What are they experiencing, right? What are some of the things, the nuances of what their focuses are on, okay? Remember, again, the energy can be inverted. So just because I'm telling the story from the lens of this earth sign doesn't mean that if you are the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, that you are person A. I'm just communicating a narrative to tell the story, all right? So, person A is presently feeling, oh, that went flying out. Person A is the Two of Wands, okay? Person A, you're coming through making a lot of decisions right now, okay? And you're very indecisive. Remember, I said it feels like purgatory, okay? It feels like, do I give up? Do I cave in? Do I quit? Or do I keep remaining steadfast and focusing on the things that I know to be true? Right now, for you, person A, it feels very daunting. It feels very, very, very challenging for you to go through this. In my mind, in my third eye, I was just reminded of that Mountain Dew commercial. I don't know if y'all remember this commercial, but I think it was like in the early 2000s. Mountain Dew used to have this commercial where the man was getting faint trying to get to the Mountain Dew, the pop machine. Yes, I said pop. I'm from the Midwest. It's pop. It ain't soda. It's pop. Okay. Anyway, the man was trying to get to the pop machine, and as he got closer and closer and closer, he was fainting. He almost like disappeared into the ground until he got there to put his quarter in. That's how this has been feeling for you, right? You have been going through these seasons of rejection, feeling like you just don't have no more to give. I mean, when I tell you it has been so difficult for you just to continue to put yourself out there and to meet people, you are at the point now where you just like, God, if my spouse is the dog, just say that. Okay? Just say that. I mean, for real. At this point, I tell everybody I'm married. My wife's name is Stella. Now, for those of you who don't know, that's the dog that's sleeping on the couch snoring like she just worked an 18-hour shift. Okay? So my point is, I get it, right? I get it. Sometimes you just get to the point where you just like, if this ain't for me, this ain't for me. You know, I mean, like, I don't really got to the point and said, okay, God, just tell me. If his name is Hector and I need to go to the taco stand, look for Hector, tell me. If his name is Juan, then tell me I need to go to the Korean spot and go meet him there. Okay. If his name is Bill and I need to go to the golf course and meet Bill, let me know. Tell me something. All I know is I just need to know where to look because it feels like I'm in the wrong place. And all of this time has been going by, okay? And you have just felt overlooked, overshadowed, frustrated, dejected, devalued, and just complete. You know, y'all quiet out there. But let's have some grown folks conversation. It is 4:56 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. We ain't got no reason to be lying. If you just enjoy the dating experience, I want you to put a red heart in the chat. If you've had nothing but pleasurable encounters with dating, I want you to put a red heart in the chat. If you have had the worst time, try to date, I want you to put a black heart in the chat. If you are just absolutely over it and you're just like, I don't want to do this no more. Damn! I want you to go ahead and put the black heart in the chat. Red heart if you enjoy chat, if you enjoy dating, black heart if you despise it. Okay? So my point in sharing all of that is that you're at that spot in your life where it's like, does it make sense for me to continue down this path? Does it make sense for me to keep putting myself out there? Does it make sense for me to continue to pursue being open and endure? Because it does. Like every time you put yourself out there, it feels like a piece of you is left just exposed and vulnerable. But the reality is, if you don't date yourself out there in dating, you never have the opportunity to meet the right person. So as you go through this, you're collecting information not only about yourself, about other people, about what you like and what you don't like. Now, this is funny because she got on a Gucci scarf, and I literally have that same Gucci scarf. That is funny. I just looked down and noticed that. We know you ain't talking about me, Lord, but thank you for the sign. Anyway, the point is that this Taurus Virgo Capricorn is feeling like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They feel like they've been in a season of purgatory. They feel like they're in a season of rejection. They feel like they're in a season of, I just can't sustain another opportunity, another false start, another miss. I just can't bear it, right? It feels very, very, very heavy, okay? If you know what I'm talking about when we talk about this heaviness, right? This heaviness of just dating, like that ugliness of it all, right? If you know what I'm referencing, I want you to put the weights in the chat. Just drop the weights in the chat. Now, person B, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay, is coming in as the 7 of Wands, okay? The 7 of Wands presently, all right? This person is so overwhelmed mentally, physically, and emotionally. They are just looking for peace. Okay. They're just looking for peace. They may be fighting for their peace of mind. They may be fighting for their sanity. Okay. They might be fighting for their dreams to continue to move forward. Again, this person is very guarded. Okay. This person has a lot of people that are around them all the time. Okay. Again, I'm saying it from the space of an artist, but this is not limited to their profession. Whoever they are professionally, they have a following of people. Okay. And said following of people can be all over the place. They don't have to particularly be, um, they can be they could be the leader of the garbage crew. Like, seriously, I'm not trying to be funny. Oh, I love the garbage man when they come around every week picking up my garbage. They so big and strong. Oh, Lord. Um, anyway, because I be having a lot of garbage. But anyway, this particular person is fighting for their peace. They're fighting for their joy. They're fighting for their happiness. And they feel the pressure of feeling like everybody has these expectations of them. And they feel like they can't be who they want to be or feel like they can't be who they need to be because it's so many people around them and they're used to being burnt. They're used to um experiencing just lackluster results, right? They're tired of being disappointed as well. Okay. And so this person is coming into a space of wanting and desiring equally this how do you say it? A genuine person. They want to feel the closeness and proximity of a genuine person. They really want to feel love. They deeply, deeply, deeply desire that connection. But if we're being honest, it's hard for them to ascertain what that looks and feels like because everybody comes around them pretending to be somebody that they're not, pretending that they're there for all the right reasons, but they're there more so for the glitz and the glamour. And again, it feels like they too have been in purgatory, right? But the difference between person A and person B is that person A is like, oh no, I'm about to give up. But person B is like, no, I'm going to hold on to my faith and I'm going to fight for my peace because I know that it's possible. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm burned out. Yes, I'm exhausted. But I know in my heart of hearts that that person for me is out there. Don't stop believing. And that's where we are. Okay? That's where we are with this. All right? Now, what is favorable? Now, before we get to that, who do you align with most? Do you feel like, regardless to if I'm talking to you or not, do you feel more like person A or person B? Do you feel like you stuck between a rock and a hard place? Or do you feel like you're fighting to continue to move forward with knowing that that person is out there. All right. I want you to go ahead and write that down in the chat. Now, what is favorable? What is working for you in your favor? A lot of B's today. All right, we got the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Now, with this Four of Pentacles energy here, I got to get these lights figured out. Okay. With this Four of Pentacles, both of you guys have been taking steps back to just re-examine things, right? Taking time to reflect, be very selfish about where you're putting your time, your effort, and your energy. And again, you're not wrong for that. You're not wrong for feeling like I can't be everything to everybody all at once. I can't be everywhere. I can't do everything. Like, you're not wrong for feeling any of these things. Okay. When you get fed up with that negative, convoluted, complex, nuanced energy around you, we all get to a point to where we like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I don't know about you, but recently I went through my phone book and I deleted a whole lot of people. And I said, as I came across names, I don't need your number. I don't need your number. I don't need your number. I don't need you sucking up unlimited space in my phone, all my unlimited minutes, on my unlimited data. Like, we ain't texting. Like, I deleted text threat. Like, when I tell you I cleaned house, I cleaned house. I'm getting all of these numbers calling me, people, and I'm like, who the hell is this? But you know what? I ain't even answering the phone. I just look at it. If you don't leave a message, I'm not answering. Because what are you calling me for?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
So my point in sharing that is reflective of the season that both of you are in. Both of you have taken a step back. You may be journaling, but you're reflecting. You're being very selfish and very thoughtful about where you feel like it is important for you to be investing your time, your emotional energy, and your time. And for the both of you, even though person A, even though you're like stuck between a rock and a hard place about whether or not you want to pull back or whether or not you want to continue to put yourself out there, both of you are very clear and very adamant about what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. And when people are approaching you with these less than desirable proposals and offers, you looking at them like they got four eyes.
Denied.
You are that clear. You are that clear about what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want, what it is that you will accept, what it is that you won't accept, what it is that you will tolerate, and what you will no longer tolerate. Again, going back to what I said in the Divine Insight section, and if you missed it, okay, and if you missed it, go back and watch the beginning of this reading on YouTube, because it feels like you have been going through a season of purgatory, going through a season of rejection, feeling like things are just not improving in the way that they should be improving. And what I'm telling you is all of these things were so divinely orchestrated, they led you to the person that you need to be meeting. They led you to the person that you need to be coming across right now. Okay. So if spirit has been highlighting this for you and urging you to clean house, let me know if that's been working for you in the chat. If you feel stronger, I want you to put the strong arm in the chat. And if you feel like you're still working on it and you still growing to it, I want you to put a plant in the chat. All right? Just be honest with yourself. Do you feel like you have mastered stepping back, being a little bit more confined and respecting your own space? Or do you feel like you're growing into that version of you? Okay? But this is most favorable. And I want you to share, if you can't find the emojis, write down one small win. What's one small win? For me, it was cleaning my phone book. Because when that phone ring and your name pop up or not, I be looking like, who this? New number, who this? Okay? But it's nothing wrong with it. It's time for us to end the games. All right? Now, consequences. What is a cycle that you guys may have been repeating? Judgment in reverse. All right? It feels like things have been very unfair. Okay? Things have been very, very, very unfair. It feels like it's been taking you a long time to get to a point where you're comfortable. Now, you're probably saying, comfortable with what, Mimi? Okay, comfortable. When I talk about comfortable, I'm talking about comfortable. Okay, not just some lukewarm thing of comfort, right? I'm talking about, thank you, Miss D, for my gift. I'm talking about you getting into the point where you're okay with people feeling the way that they feel about you, saying the things that they saying about you, repeating these narratives, having these truths that are not true, right? Getting to the point where you just like, okay, I hear you. I don't, that's your perspective. You have a right to feel the way that you feel, just like I do, and I don't agree. What else you want me to do? You know how sometimes you get in these situations with people where you're just gonna have to agree to disagree? Like no matter what you say and what you do, like their version of you is just gonna always be distorted. And they always seem to act like they did nothing to contribute to the situation. But they always want to point the finger at you and blame you as if you just woke up one day acting crazy.
Bruh, look at this dude.
Okay. So that's where we are. All right. So both of you have been going through this season where it feels like everybody is just coming up against you. Everyone's got something to say about what you're doing, what you're not doing, how you're doing it, when you're doing it, why you're doing it. I mean, you could just be breathing, and that's the issue. Okay. It's been really overwhelming for you guys to deal with this. And it feels like you have not had any support. You haven't had that circle. Like it has been very lonely and very isolating. And it's really to the point to where it's just like, I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. It feels like you have been filled up to the top of your head with just the way that people are just always finding fault in everything that you're doing. And it's just it's overwhelming because the feedback is just unsolicited, coming out of nowhere, and you over here confused. Like, have y'all ever been in a situation where y'all got a text message where somebody sent you this emotionally charged text message and you real confused about where it came from? You like, what? How did we get here? What did I say or do? Like them long text messages, and you just be like, huh?
Accusation. False accusation. And
Both of you guys have been dealing with a lot of that, okay? But what Spirit is saying is all of this stuff was necessary to get you to be in a place to where you cut all these bad roots off. Get these weeds out your garden. Because as you're proceeding to move forward in life and you're preparing to walk into this season of connecting and knowing with this partnership with this person, these things cannot exist in your garden and it still be fruitful. So if you feel like Spirit just called you out and you've been on that spin cycle, I want you to put the repeat button down in the chat. And if you feel like you're at that point now where you can say, I'm comfortable with stopping these bad behaviors that are negatively influencing me in the wrong ways, I want you to put the stop sign in the chat. If you feel like Spirit has called you out, put the repeat. If you guilty that you allow them toxic folks back in your life just because you bored. And if you're ready to put an end to it, put the stop sign. And if you know that you got some things to work on, you can just go ahead and say, I release it. And we ain't gonna judge you. Just say, I release it. I release it. Now, what is the soul lesson here? What is the real teaching here for both of you? Whew. We got the King of Cups in reverse. Didn't I tell y'all? Y'all tired. Both of y'all are tired. This is going to be the same thing that kind of like brings you together. But both of you guys are so tired of coming across people who, I said this earlier, disingenuous, unauthentic, liars, deceivers, manipulators, emotionally unavailable. And a lot of these people are older. Okay, a lot of these people are older. And when I say older, I could use myself as an example. I'm 41. Most of the men that I date are up to 10 years older than me. Some have been older than me, older than that, right? One dude I was talking to was 17 years older than me. So for those of you who can't do your math, 58. Now, I said, you too old to be acting like this. And for some of you, you're looking at a person's age and automatically assuming that they're supposed to be mature. And I will tell you that there's a lot of immature grown people that are walking around here acting like they so ready for love, acting like they so open and receptive. And then when you start, it's almost like you buying a car that's used and you kind of skeptical, but you checking it out and it all look good. But when you go crank that BS up,
All a bunch of bullshit.
okay? That's how they are. And I hate to say it. I hate to say it. But it's a lot of that going on. Okay? And so that's what this has been the lesson for you. This is what this has been trying to teach you. Not all that glitters is gold. Not everything that shines is a diamond. Diamonds and rhinestones do look alike, a lot alike in the lights. Okay? But Spirit is trying to teach you not to confuse nor conflate the people of the past with the people of the future. Don't look at this person and automatically assume that they're going to carry the same characteristics and traits of everybody in the past. This is a net new person. They coming with net new love. They sick and tired of being, they genuinely are sick and tired of being sick and tired just as much as you are, right? They don't want to start. They don't have time for a false start either. So don't you come to the table, Taurus Virgo Capricorn, just like, ugh.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
Don't come to the table with that attitude, okay? Because you will turn this person off. And likewise, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you don't do that either, okay? You can talk about how this has been unpleasurable for you, but keep it positive, okay? You don't need to go into all of the details, okay? Explaining your whole life story of everything that you've been through in the last 24 years of your life. Nobody cares, okay? I can assure you, nobody cares. All we need is a high level cliff note. I just have not found the person that I've been looking for, or I will hope to meet, okay? And when they say, well, what is it that you're looking for? Just say, I will know it when I see it. Because the minute you start being prescriptive about what it is you're looking for, that's how con artists acquiesce to what you want. And that's how you get deceived, because they start emulating the behaviors of what it is that they think you're looking for instead of being genuine to who they are. But you don't have to go down the rabbit hole of explaining the last 29 people you've dated and how trash it's been.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
If you single, they single, it's understood. It just ain't work out. The past just has not worked out. We grown. People got kids. People been married. People been divorced. People been whatever. That's life, okay? We don't need to go there. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you meet somebody that's coming across that want to know all those fine details, that is your warning sign that that is not the person that you're supposed to be meeting. All right. So let me ask you something. In this season of your life, for those of you who have said that it has felt like you've been through a season of rejection and purgatory and all those different things like that, what is the lesson that you've had to learn? I want you to write that down in the chat. What is the lesson that you've had to learn? And be honest, are you still learning that lesson or did you learn the lesson? Write that down in the chat. Put one word. You can simplify it. One word. We ain't gonna judge you. Just put it down. It could be boundaries. It could be patience. It could be grace. It could be forgiveness, right? It could be any of those things. Now, healing. What do you need to do to renew? Okay, what is it that you need to do to be able to move forward? We got the star card, y'all. This goes back to what I was saying early on about you not giving up hope, about you not giving up on the opportunities and possibilities. Don't shut down. Don't shut down. Okay? Continue to fight the good fight, making sure that you stay excited and invigorated. Like life will put on a show for you if you just show up at the right place at the right time. Okay? Life will give you everything that you need, but you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Life is funny by itself. I'm going to be honest with you. Life will make you laugh. Real hard, real quick, okay? So, Spirit is saying in order for you to heal, you got to keep your excitement. You got to keep your enthusiasm in place. You got to continue to be elevated in knowing that what is for you will be for you regardless. It ain't going to pass you by and it's not going to be delayed. You will be right on time and where you need to be, okay? Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, healing is not a weakness. It is a sacred strength. It is a strength. So this season that you've been feeling like, oh my God, get me out of here. I feel like I'm in captivity. I feel like I'm in bondage. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm in purgatory. Whatever words you want to put there. Okay? Spirit is asking for you to embrace this season because it's going to strengthen you, as I said before, for the next season of your life. So I want you to put either a water sign, the little water drop, or the fire emoji in the chat. If you feel like you're still dealing with the emotions behind everything, the feelings and emotions of it, or are you feeling like you're burning through those toxicities? Are you still emotional behind it? Put the water sign. Or are you burning through those toxicities like you're no longer made available for that? I want you to go ahead and put the fire sign in the chat. I mean, it's okay if you're still emotional behind it, because sometimes life takes you down some paths through some things that you just can't understand, and it is hurtful and it's very damaging, right? And sometimes you just gotta hold on. But I want you to say, if you do find yourself still being emotional about what has happened, I just want you to type in the chat, I release. ... Whatever that feeling or emotion is that you are still holding on to. All right. Now, what is it that you need to do? What is it that you need to be in order for the highest growth, right? You got the 9 of Pentacles here, y'all. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay. This is going to require growth. Period. This is going to require growth like never before. You're going to have to be focused, both of you, which I know that you are, but this is reaffirming the messaging. Both of you are going to have to be super fixated and focused on what it is that you want for yourself. And don't allow nothing to stop you from having what it is that you say that you want to have or do or be. Okay? Spirit is calling you to stretch. Spirit is calling you to believe. Spirit is calling you into a place of knowing. And you cannot do that if you're allowing everybody and their mama to come in your face and to tell you where you need to be, when you need to be there, and how you need to be there. That's very destructive. So, Spirit is telling you to take your time, focus on you, focus on the nourishment of your mind, body, and soul to better prepare yourself for what is to come. Okay? This is a preparedness. This is a slow burn, but going places and doing things that is well worth your time, your effort, and your energy. And this is for both this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's for both of y'all. This is for the betterment of what is to come. Because this earth sign feel like they've been on life support. They feel like they've been holding on by a thread. And when this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius comes your way, you're going to see the fruitfulness of everything that you've been through. And it will all come to make sense why all of these other people from all the past and all the hurt and all of that could not be. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay. A lot of this has been off balance. This person is going to balance you. But this is going to speak to why everything from the past couldn't work for you because things were off balance. These were not your people. This was not your tribe. This was not your vibe. This was not none of the above. Okay? For the people who are in the past, let them be in the past. Do not go back. Do not look back. Like when people ask questions, like who cares? Right? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was talking to an ex recently. Ex said, "Do you miss me?" I was like, I had to look at the phone like, miss you? Like, where did it come from?
A few moments later.
No. Like, and why would I? I mean, seriously, like, why would I? And on that note, I was like, yeah, let me call you back. Don't let people get in your space, clogging your judgment, trying to gaslight you and make you feel like you made a bad decision. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You have definitely got to put yourself in a space of cleaning house now in order to be ready for what's coming your way. Okay? Clean house now. Trust that you cannot move forward holding on to the dead weight that is holding you back. All right? Now, if something hits you, I want you to go ahead and put the candle light in the chat. Put the candle in the chat. Candles in the chat. Now, let's get on here and hurry up and get through this because we've been here for a minute. Let's zoom on over to these clarifying thoughts. All right? Here we go. All right, y'all. So when we talk about these clarifying energies, right? This is where we move to pull additional cards to clarify the 7 cards that we've already pulled, but to also to identify the hidden motives, the unseen layers, and those real aha moments. I want you guys to pay attention to this because these clarifiers do not play around. Okay. So this is going to basically validate the energy that we've already identified. Okay. Spirit, clarify the present energy for both people. There is an exhaustion here like no other for both of y'all. All right. Ooh. Okay. The first 2 cards that fell out was the Queen of Cups. Both of you guys are looking for someone who is going to be loving, nurturing, kind, considerate, all of those things. Okay? You're looking for someone that is going to match your energy in multiple ways. Kindness, gentleness, compassion, empathy, all of those things. Also, with this 10 of wands in reverse, okay, this has put you in a place where it feels like I can't do this anymore. I got to get rid of all, like I said, this dead weight, this energy that is pulling me down, these unhealthy attachments with this devil. Okay. So both of you guys are in a space where you're reevaluating the people that are in your life, in your circles, and are saying, okay, it's like y'all both are going mirroring each other without even knowing each other, right? But preparing, okay, preparing. I can't move on like this. I cannot attract the love that I want into my life if I'm still harboring and holding on to these negative people, these negative situations, these negative toxic things. I can't be where I'm trying to get to if I got things pulling me back, okay? And trust me, when you look at it, you ain't losing not a doggone mother freaking thing. You're just not. You're just not. All right? And it's going to feel like you're dropping a ball, okay, with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's going to feel like nothing is giving, okay? It may feel like, even though you might be still putting yourself out there, you may be still meeting people. Trust me, the devil loves to send, and I'm not talking about this devil, I'm talking about the spiritual devil, loves to send counterfeits your way. So be very cautious about the people who come in your life from today forward, emulating the qualities and the characteristics of what we talked about today. Because just because they're showing up doesn't mean that they're heaven sent. Okay? Does not mean that they are heaven sent. Like we talked about in the beginning, who sent you and why did they send you? Those are real questions that you should be asking. Be very, very skeptical. And when I tell you that the devil sends counterfeits clothed in light and clothed in the things that you want, but I can assure you that there will be some tattletale signs that they are not who they say they are. They're not doing what they say they're doing. And you can see those signs because their words and their actions will not align. Most importantly, words, actions, and energies will not align. Okay? Because they may talk a good game. They may act upon a good game. But the energy just be off. Okay? Pay attention to your inner knowing. And at the bottom of the deck, we got the Two of Swords. It ain't going to be hard. Okay, folks? It is not going to be hard for you to make a decision. You going to know. You going to know. If you doing all the things that I'm telling you, you going to know that they are fake, phony, and a fraud. And be like, yeah, no, I'm good. Okay? That's where you have to put yourself and be intentional about your time and your space. Okay? Seriously. So the question for you now becomes, does this make you feel inspired and hopeful about what's to come? If so, put a rainbow in the chat. If you feel like spirit is igniting in you the motivation that you need to cut away those old things, because you can't put new wine in old wineskins, that is for sure. If you feel like spirit is invoking in you an action step that needs to happen for you to finally let go of these old people that you've been thinking about, I want you to put the fire sign emoji in the chat. And if you feel like you really need to work on your emotional state, I want you to put the little water drop in the chat. Okay? So either it's the water drop, the fire sign, or the rainbow. All right? Now, I'm going to take this as a quick opportunity to remind you, y'all, okay, that I do have not free merch, but I have new merch in the Pisces Tarot store. Okay? Go ahead and cop yours today. I'm also booking for one-on-one readings. You can do so at my website at piscestarot.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right, at Mimi Lightseer, okay? Now, if you vibing so far, I want you to go ahead and put the stars in the chat because, honey, it's time for us to get to those final potential outcomes with these closing thoughts. What happens once you meet this person? All right, here we go. All right, y'all. So as we start to shift to potential final outcomes, I say potential because I cannot predict free will. I can only tell you what the energies suggest, right? But just because I tell you doesn't mean that you're going to do what I told you to do. Because you have free will. You can be like, yeah, that's cute, Mimi, but it's my man, my man, my man, my man. And yeah, you understand? It's your decision, all right? Spirit has led us through and provided us clarity, shown us some chaos, and also given us choice. Okay. So, what is the potential final outcome? Spirit, specifically tell us what's going to happen. Give us some insight of what is possible, what is going to happen when this person meets this person. Terry says, focus on yourself and then you'll be able to understand what you want. Yeah. All right. So the first thing that comes about is that it's going to feel like you're not successful when you first meet this person. With the Six of Wands, it feels like you're both still trying to save face, trying to figure out if this person really is the one. If this person really is who they say they are and doing what they say. Again, guarded. Everybody's guarded, right? Because you have been both hurt before and have wasted a lot of time. So it feels, right? So every time they say something, you like,
You know, I found that comment to be very suspect.
But the thing is, it's coming from a sincere space. It is not a test. It is not a game. It is not a mimic, a fraud, or anything like that. You're going to come around in this and realize early on that they are who they say they are. They do what they say they're going to do. Their energies and their words line. It's going to, but that skepticism is going to be there. Okay, because you gotta guard it. You gotta guard it. You gotta guard your heart. Okay? Guard your heart. And you're not wrong for doing it. What else, Spirit? We got the hangman in reverse. Okay? Because you guys are so guarded and are trying to protect your energy, it will feel like moving forward and entering something new is going to feel like you guys are making an impulsive, illogical, irrational decision. And what I am telling you is when you're being obedient, going back to what we talked about in the beginning of this reading, when we were talking about obedience, that is going to be so super important. Okay. Because if you don't be obedient, it will feel like you're making the wrong decisions. And so this goes back to you saving face and knowing that you're trying not to be open so early on with people because it feels kind of wonky. It feels kind of crazy, right? You're protecting your energy, like you're afraid of that failure. But what I am telling you is that if you're being guided the way that you are going to be guided, you don't have to worry about all of this. So it's going to feel like a slow start, okay? A slow start and a very slow burn because both of you are trying to figure out each other. You're trying to navigate and bypass any foolishness. You know how some people meet and y'all just click and it just pick up and y'all just go at 100 miles an hour? This is not going to be that. Okay, this is not going to be that. This is going to be a very slow burn, very slow process. Like you meet this person, it feels like you hear from them this week and then you possibly won't hear from them again for like another 2 weeks or so. They're testing you just as much as you're testing them. Okay? They are testing you as just as much as you're testing them. Now, as I said that, with this Six of Pentacles, okay? It feels like they're not going to be giving you the energy that you need. You know, they're not going to be all up in your face. If you like those microwavable boos that just pop up and they just suffer you and are needy and clingy and all that stuff like that, this is going to be very not satisfactory for you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because they're going to still be doing their own thing. Okay. And so are you. So it's going to feel like it ain't giving what it needs to be given. Okay. I'm going to tell you that right now. But this is really them being guarded about who they entertain. And this is also about you being intentional about where you're putting your energy. But as I have explained to you, this is going to work for your benefit. Okay. So do not get discouraged. Again, going back to what I said in the beginning, it's going to feel like you're going through purgatory. It's going to feel like you're going through rejection. Stay focused. And that's probably going to be your sign, honestly, that this is the person who I'm talking about. It's because they're not going to give you that immediate energy. All right. And again, we got the Judgment in reverse. Okay. So this is definitely going to put you off. This is definitely going to make you feel like, did I say or do something wrong to cause this person to behave like this? Why am I not getting the response that I'm getting from them? But truthfully, they're busy, you're busy. It's nothing, what's the right word? It's nothing wrong with how they're moving, okay? They're just taking it slow at the right pace, at the right speed. And I did say early on in the beginning of this reading, if you rush, you can mess up and miss where you need to be. So don't rush. Take your time. Take your time with this, all right? And lastly, don't get bitchy. Don't get emotional. Don't go popping all your skit because they don't call all the time and all of that. Like, you can say what you need to say without being so curt about it, right? You can say, dang, I didn't think you was interested because I haven't heard from you in a couple weeks. And let that be it. Don't you go bringing this mess up again and again and again. Don't you go around here cussing and fussing and throwing stuff because they're not. Listen, you would chase this person away. I'm telling you right now, don't you start that.
Damn you!
Don't you start that. Okay? Angels, what messages do you have for this Taurus Virgo Capricorn who is going to be dating this Gemini Libra Aquarius, and what messages do you have for them? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay? So this is about you having trust. Okay? As I said, you're going to have to trust that this is going to work out. You do you, let them do them. But trust, it's going to work out. Okay? Romeo and Juliet, what messages or insights do you have for this earth sign that will be dating this air sign? Time to say goodbye. Farewell. Didn't I tell you it's time for you to clean out your phone? Didn't I tell you it's time to let go of those old things that ain't serving you no more? It's time for you to let go. Move on. Say goodbye to it. Okay? So that is the confirmation. If you truly trust the process and the journey that you're on, be okay with saying goodbye to the things of the past. They have no value for you right now in your life. Don't you go picking up the phone, calling them, doing none of that, nothing. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. Don't go looking for trouble. Or as they say, don't go looking for love in all the wrong places. Last card. Spirit, what is the naked truth about this connection? What is the naked truth about this connection with this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that we're talking about in this reading? Okay, we got twin flames came flying out. So this could give you like twin flame energy, the way that you guys are connecting. We didn't see that early on. but they could give you like that energy of a twin flame. Not saying that you choose it, but I'm saying like the way that you guys come together, the way that you guys gel, things are cohesive, you balance each other, all of that. It could give you the energy that of a twin flame. All right. So, with that being said, that was a journey. Okay. But it was a beautiful one. All right. So, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking it out with me, your girl Mimi Lightseer over here at Pisces Tarot for the last couple of hours. I want to know what surprised you most today. I want you to put that emoji that reflects exactly what you feel today. And if you've been journaling things or writing things down for your downloads, if you've been downloaded anything and you have anything that you want to journal about, I want you to go ahead and write that down and let us know what's got you thinking today. Okay. But again, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if something hits you deep, go ahead and put that heart in the chat for me. All right. Now, again, merch is available at PiscesTarot.com. Get yours today. All right. I am booking for one-on-one readings, but just remember that I would never DM you for a personal reading. So stay protected and book only through official channels and links. Okay. Now, y'all, this is the most important thing I done said to y'all every day, all day. Everybody is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So remember to be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as you are yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. So I want you to be kind and compassionate and leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today. And I will see you next time.